Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Crimson Lights, Devin and Lily discuss a rough video call with Nate. He's devastated about his brother and trying to be strong for Amy. They hope she'll move there despite what's happened. Lily admits she's struggling too. She can't believe Damien and Chance are gone because Cain had to play God. She's pissed he's back in town. If there's one thing Genoa City has taught us, it's that secrets have a shelf life shorter than a carton of milk in August. And yet, Lily Winters is on the verge of making a choice so risky, so combustible, that even she's not sure she can control the fallout. At the same time, across town, Claire Grace is trying to steady herself. After Audra Charles drops a revelation about Kyle Abbott that feels like it could crack her heart in two. Two women, two crises. One city primed for explosion. Lily's calculated temptation. It started with a whisper in the back of Lily's mind, the kind that isn't so much a voice as it is a feeling, urging her to step over a line she's always sworn she wouldn't cross. She's built her career on integrity, keeping her moral compass finely tuned even when others veered off course. But lately, the stakes have shifted. Chancellor Winters is navigating an unpredictable business landscape. Rumors of a hostile takeover have been circulating for weeks, and though Devin assures her they're on solid footing, Lily isn't convinced. Worse, an investor she once trusted has been subtly undermining her, and if he succeeds, everything she's worked for could be yanked from under her. Enter the idea she's too ashamed to say out loud. A deception. A dangerous one. Not the kind of white lie you tell to spare feelings. No. Lily's contemplating manipulating financial reporting just enough to throw potential predators off their scent. If she buries certain vulnerabilities and inflates other figures, the company will look untouchable. It's corporate sleight of hand, effective, but illegal. And the voice in her head keeps whispering, it's just until the storm passes. Lily knows the risks. Prison time, public disgrace, the loss of her family's respect. And yet, what if she does nothing and loses the company anyway? Wouldn't she regret inaction more than a calculated gamble? Devin notices the shift. Devin Hamilton may be a businessman, but he's also Lily's brother, and brothers notice when something's off. Over coffee at Society, he watches her stir her latte, with just a little too much force. You've got that look, he says. What look? She asks, feigning innocence. The one you had right before you decided to work with Billy. Reckless with a side of stubborn. Lily offers a thin smile, but her mind races. If Devin even suspects what she's considering, he'll shut her down before she takes the first step. She changes the subject, but Devin's eyes stay narrowed. He's seen enough boardroom wars to know that desperation can push even the most grounded people toward dangerous territory. Meanwhile, in another corner of Genoa City, Claire Grace is savoring the tentative stability she's been building. After months of being pulled between complicated family loyalties and her own dreams, she's finally finding her rhythm at Newman Media. And Kyle Abbott, charming, attentive, and just the right mix of steady and unpredictable, has been a bright spot in her days. Which is why the encounter with Audra Charles hits like a sucker punch. It happens in the lobby. Claire's just returned from a lunch meeting when Audra intercepts her, a sly smile playing on her lips. Audra's the type who treats every conversation like a chess match, each word designed to maneuver her opponent into a corner. I suppose Kyle's been telling you all sorts of wonderful things about himself. Audra begins, her tone dipped in honey but sharpened with an edge. Claire blinks. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, come on, Audra says, lowering her voice. You don't strike me as naive. Surely you've heard about his extracurriculars. Claire tries to brush it off, but Audra steps closer. Kyle has a history, Claire. And I'm not talking about the usual playboy antics. Let's just say he's not as loyal as he makes himself out to be. He's been known to overlap relationships, sometimes for personal gain. Claire's internal spiral. The words lodge in Claire's mind like burrs. She wants to dismiss them. After all, Audra thrives on stirring trouble. But the seed of doubt is planted, and Claire can't stop replaying every interaction with Kyle over the last few weeks. The late-night texts he said were the sudden cancellations. The way he sometimes dodged personal questions. Were these just quirks, or were they signs of something darker? By the time she reaches her desk, her stomach is in knots. She pulls out her phone, scrolling through their recent messages, searching for inconsistencies. But the more she looks, the less certain she feels. Kyle, unaware of the storm brewing. Kyle, meanwhile, is oblivious to the grenade Audra has just lobbed into his budding relationship. He's focused on a Newman Media pitch meeting and juggling co-parenting with Summer. He notices Claire's slightly cool tone when he calls that evening, but chalks it up to work stress. "Everything okay?" he asks. "Yeah, just tired," she replies, forcing a smile he can't see. Kyle doesn't press. He's learned that when someone says they're fine, they usually don't want the real conversation, at least not right away, but he doesn't know how close Claire is to pulling away altogether. Back to Lily's brewing crisis by midweek. Lily's resolve has solidified. She's convinced herself the deception is the only viable path. The key, she decides, will be keeping the circle of knowledge extremely small, maybe even just herself. That way, if things unravel, no one else gets pulled down with her. She spends hours at the office after everyone leaves, poring over spreadsheets and drafting alternate financial projections. It feels like walking a tightrope over a canyon. Thrilling, but one slip and she's done. As she works, she imagines the day she can quietly reverse the changes, once the threat of takeover is gone. She erased the evidence, and no one will ever know. But in the back of her mind, another voice whispers, "That's not how these stories end in Genoa City." Intersecting timelines while Lily tiptoes into ethically murky waters. Claire decides she needs answers. She arranges to meet Summer at Crimson Lights under the pretense of discussing Harrison's schedule. But her real aim is to test the waters to see if Summer will hint at Kyle's romantic track record. Summer, sensing Claire's underlying agenda, chooses her words carefully. "Kyle's complicated," she says finally. "He's got a good heart, but he's made mistakes. Haven't we all?" It's not the damning confirmation Claire feared, but it's not a glowing endorsement either. She leaves the coffee house, with more questions than before. Audra's endgame for Audra. Sowing seeds of doubt in Claire's mind isn't just a petty game, it's a calculated move. Kyle has been an obstacle in her own business maneuvers, and if Claire loses trust in him, his focus will fracture. An off-balance Kyle is easier to manipulate. She watches from the sidelines, satisfied, as the tension begins to ripple outward. The first cracks are forming. The first consequence for Lily just when Lily thinks she's gotten away with her temporary fix. Billy Abbott pops into her office with a grin that tells her he knows something. Billy has a knack for sniffing out trouble, especially when it smells like a gamble. "You've been busy," he says, dropping a folder on her desk. Lily glances at the folder. Inside are printouts of her altered projections. "Where did you get these?" she demands, panic rising. "Doesn't matter. What matters is, you're playing with fire. And you know I like fire, but Devon, not so much." Lily realizes then that her dangerous deception may not stay secret for long. And if Billy knows, it's only a matter of time before others do. Claire makes a move that evening. Claire calls Kyle. This time, she doesn't dance around her doubts. "Audra said some things about you," she begins. Kyle exhales sharply. "Let me guess that I'm untrustworthy. That I use people." "So it's not true," she presses. "It's exaggerated," he says. "I've made mistakes. But with you, I've been honest." The sincerity in his voice is hard to ignore, but Claire's not ready to hand over blind trust. She tells him she needs space, not a breakup, but distance to sort through her feelings. The parallel cliffhangers by the week's end. Lily stands at a crossroads. Billy's warning rings in her ears, but so does the fear of losing the company. She hasn't decided whether to undo her alterations or double down. Claire, meanwhile, sits in her apartment, phone in hand, torn between calling Kyle to apologize for doubting him and calling Audra to demand more details. Both choices carry risks and neither guarantees peace of mind. In Genoa City, the truth has a way of clawing its way to the surface. Whether it's Lily's financial sleight of hand or Claire's relationship doubts, both women are dancing on fault lines. And when those lines crack, the tremors will be felt far beyond their own lives. Next week on The Young and the Restless, will Lily confess her deception to Devon before someone else exposes her? Can Claire separate truth from manipulation before she pushes Kyle away for good? And just what game is Audra playing, and how far will she go to win? One thing's certain. In this town, even the best intentions can spiral into chaos faster than you can say Victor Newman. If you want, I can also give you a sharper, soap magazine-style headline and teaser blurbs for this storyline so it reads like an inside scoop. That would make it Eve.